Hey, my people, see, we got Darren G and we got Billy Moore, bro. They hate each other from early. They're going to buck up. They're going to have a scuff. They've linked up. Well, they bumped into each other at a rally in Birmingham. Obviously, they was gonna bump into each other. Now, Darren G is being very direct. He walks on these ones and he's saying a lot and he's pressuring the boy Billy Moore. Now, Billy Moore is internet ready. He's just, he's not feeling intimidated. Now, look, anyone that don't know just so you kind of know, this is what kind of happened here.
You need some value. You're medicated up to fuck.
So obviously, but anyone that don't know who Darren G is, let's just start and let's give you a little backstory quickly. Yeah?
Darren G, a known face on TikTok today, but before the cameras, he was one of the most feared gangsters in the UK. He grew up around chaos, estates where gear, violence and graft were normal from young. By his 20s, Darren and his team were moving serious weight. Coke, smack, real money, real pressure. And with that came respect and enemies. His name carried weight. People knew not to test it. But that life always catches up. Darren was nearly taken out, shot at in a car, inches from death. People close to him were murdered, and it didn't stop there. After a series of tit-for-tat shootings between rival crews, a man was killed. Police said Darren organized the hit. He was sentenced to 18 years, serving 12 inside, a long stretch that shut the roads behind him. And the judge summed it up perfectly. You're not a danger to the public, only to the criminal fraternity. Today, Darren's out, talking, warning others. A man who lived it and
And did you know that when it comes to the boy, obviously I done a segment a couple months ago with Billy Moore having had an altercation with one of the footballers, his brothers, in the changing room. You get me? And obviously he addressed it, but this was also addressed. Billy Moore exposes Darren G over claims about watching the fight.
Especially one in Birmingham. Al nuclear hospital, sitting in a bed sit, inventing stories, making up fairy tales about what happened. This is what happened, right? It was over a watch. He was off his party. He seen a watch and they showed the fella's arm.
And obviously, this is Darren G. What you had to say here.
Look at Billy Moore. Look what's happening to him. A week ago, he got assaulted by a smack in the Grand National. He got told straight, you're a smack. You seen the video? See the reaction of him? Was there any denial? So what? So what?
So you catch the drift. But now they've linked up at this rally. Obviously, Billy Moore, he goes from area to area. A lot of people have some strong points to say about him. Allegedly, he's been getting questioned and they're saying, well, is my man racist? Oh, obviously, but this is what's happened.
Go away and have a conversation with him.
No, have a conversation with me, lad. Come on.
Need a conversation with you.
Have a
with everyone. I messaged you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you need an audience?
I don't need an audience.
You got a message off me, didn't you?
Yeah.
Why didn't you meet me? You're here in front of fucking 10,000 coppers and your firm.
So are you.
Look at him.
So's Darren.
I'm here by myself, always by me fucking self. You know I am. And when I come for you, I'll come for you.
What's your beef, lad?
You know what me fucking
Aye. Yeah, easy.
beef is?
What is it? Tell me what your beef is. Hey,
Listen, I'm all for Birmingham.
tell me what your beef
I'm all
is,
for
lad.
Palestine. I'm all for immigration. All Muslims are where it is, and that's how it is. Unity. Fuck these rats. They're full of shit. These don't represent Liverpool. Do you hear that, yous? They don't represent Liverpool. Unity's key. If you want to take it on, you go against the police. You go against the establishments, not our own fucking kind who were born in this country.
You need to get
This
on.
is a steroid abusing
Hey,
dickhead.
He needs to get on some value.
Dickhead.
You need some value, lad.
Dickhead.
You need some value.
You're medicated up to fuck. What's that?
Welcome to Birmingham.
Thank you very much.
Hope you have a good day, lads.
Yeah, we're all on it.
And, the Scousers, they're not happy. You get me? There's always rivals with the Scousers, but
Welcome to Birmingham.
Thank you very much.
Hope you have a good night.
Yeah, we're all on it.
Laddie's
got friends all over, though.
Oh yeah, he's unstable.
He's off his head, isn't he? Right? No, he's off his head.
What did he want to chat with you about?
Sorry?
What was he talking to you about?
I just said, all right,
so obviously they've linked up again anyway. They've linked up again. You get me? And it's, look, who would actually win them lot having a fight? Look.
Yeah, me and you. Oh, look at this, Darren G. Yeah. Get on him, lad. Yeah. Yeah.
Now in front of these scumbags.
Yeah.
The only reason you're protected right now is from these dirty. You know what's coming to you? You're in shit house. Go away and have a conversation with him.
No, have a conversation with me, lad. Come on.
Need a conversation with you.
Have a
Have everyone. I message you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
My man hates my man with a passion. Anyway, this is something of the rally stuff.
It's the very first time I've met that fine gentleman, Mr. Darren G. Very aggressive, very abusive. Don't know him, got no history with him. He's got this mad, crazy fantasy that me and him have got beef. He keeps going on about me online. Fucking hell, it is what it is, isn't it? So we're at the front, I believe, of the written first match. Pretty sure we'll come up against Darren G again. Hello, mate.
Every day, all day.
Like these rallies and these protesters, it's like every single week. Listen, they've had enough. They've had enough.
Let me tell you something now, right? I don't know what his beef is. I've never had any beef with him. Never had any history with him. He sends me messages, then blocks me. Now, you see now, he was there. You're okay, my mate? It's quite odd. Very aggressive, very volatile. Choose your life. Not a knife, is it? Fucking hell. Take a few Ziazis, like get on the medication, have a little bit of therapy or something, for fuck's sake.
It'd be interesting to see if
You need some volume, lad.
And then separately, obviously, they've seen each other, and then obviously we've got Paul Venice.
Hello everyone. I thought I'd come on and talk about Darren G and Billy Moore, the situation between them two. Now, I don't fully know what the issue is with these two. I just know Billy Moore's a good lad, and Darren G's not such a good lad. He seems to have a problem with anyone and everyone. I think what Darren does is he creates this problem in his head, and then just runs with it. He creates he creates his own enemies, doesn't he? I can't see what Billy Moore has done to him. I've been sat looking today and I thought, what's Billy done to him? Where does this stem from? Did Billy Moore have him on a podcast? Can't really find that. But I remember Darren talking about Billy a lot. Calling.
You know what it is? Jealousy, bro. And when I say jealousy, I mean remember, these lot are Scousers, they're from up north. Billy Moore gets his camera out, his phone out, and he interviews and goes from town to town and does his thing. It blows up. He's getting great numbers. Even if let's type it, he's getting great numbers. So when he's telling his story online and this is happening and that happening, obviously people are gonna, the gangsters or the people that was in that generation, they're gonna go out their way and be like, oh, that's not true, or my man, who does my man think he is? That's what they're gonna be like. Who does my man think he is? Look at the numbers that my man's doing. Look, rallies, look. Platforms on what 449,000 subscribers, and he just goes around rolling, and he love it. Look at the numbers. 3 days ago, look. Do you know what I mean? So, and that's what it is. That's that's what it's all boiled down to. It's traction. Other people seeing that, doesn't matter what age group that man's on, and
some horrendous names and, you know, calling Billy out for whatever reason. But what I find with Darren is he's an entertaining character, don't get me wrong. You know, you can sit and watch Darren on social media and think, he's a lunatic. You know, which he is, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't really watch him these days, but back in the day I was invested in his channel. I was listening to him. You know, he was entertaining. But you get consumed with his shite. You know, you do get consumed with some of the shit that he waffles and some of the shit that he talks about. And some of it's just nonsense. You know, some of it really is nonsense. And you just think, well, there's no need. There really is no need, is there? You know, like, for example, this situation that's just happened between him and Billy. You know, Billy is willing to have a conversation with him. Billy is aware that there's cameras.
Nah, Billy is... You know, he deals with matters good. He stayed calm. He smiled. My man was ready to go there and then, and yeah, Billy dealt with it.
Billy's got his own camera on. There's police everywhere. So Billy's like, well, how are we then? Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. You know, and you can't be any more civil. Like, whether you know, I always think, I put myself in that in Darren's shoes here, right? Let's say I didn't like Billy Moore. Let's say it was Brett May, for example, coming over to me with a camera on my face, wanting to talk, or put me in a situation where there's police and there's people around, and I thought, well, we can't have a fight here, can we? You know, I would be talking to him civil and just saying, right, look, this is what happened, this is my side, blah, 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 blah. Aware that there's people around, aware that there's police around, and aware that I'm going to have to carry myself decent here, and I'm going to have to get my point across because he's going to try and make me look stupid. You know, but Darren just loses all sense of, you know, his surroundings, like what's going on around him. Instead, he just sees red and he just wants to try and intimidate people and, you know, come across as the big I am and brash and egotistical. And I just think it's so embarrassing. Like, I'm watching him and my skin's crawling. I'm thinking, do you know what, Darren? Like, you're not doing yourself any favour.
You know, it is. He spent a long time in jail as well. The internet is a lot. But yeah. You get me? My man he is going in.
Lassie, you've got friends.
He was going in.
Go away and have a conversation with him.
Have a conversation.
Well, he is telling my man to go away, innit? Go away. He's telling he was calm then. I don't know what triggered him.
Have a conversation with me, lad. Come on.
Need a conversation with you
Have
in front of everyone. I messaged you.
Yeah.
Why do you need an audience?
I don't need an audience.
You got a message off me, didn't you?
Yeah.
Why didn't you
I'm
meet
here.
me? You're here in front of fucking 10,000 copies and your firm.
So are you.
Look at him.
So's Darren.
I'm here by myself, always by me fucking self. You know I am. And when I come for you, I'll come for you.
What's your beef, lad?
You know what me fucking beef is?
What is it? Tell me what your beef is. Hey.
Yeah. I don't know. Mental health is...
You know, growling and, you know, like making these growling faces, and I just think, you're meant to be a grown man. Do you know what I mean? You're meant to be a content creator, because that's what he is, isn't he? Let's have it right. You know, he sits on live for God knows how long, and he creates content, and you know, he's entertaining the people who are following him and watching him. Do you know what I mean? And I just think Billy has carried himself fantastically, and he's done it that well that he's made Darren look stupid.
Nah,
You know, take me after Billy, because
he
Billy can have a do
He has.
for his age. You know, Billy's getting on now, and he's gone in the ring of Muay Thai, and he's had a couple of fights, and you know, he's lived that life. He's a recovering addict, and I just thought, you know what, Bill, well played, well done, fair play to you. You carried yourself well, and not only that, in doing so, in conducting yourself as good as you did, you've made him look so silly, so stupid. And I'm glad he did that. So props to Billy Moore. Big shout out to Billy Moore. Well done, Billy. And Darren, you need to do better, pal. I thought that was embarrassing. I thought you could have done better. You could have got your point across. You know what as well? Darren's quite articulate with his words. He can talk. You know, he seems educated. For whatever reason, he just lost the plot and made himself look stupid. There's my...
My people, let me know your thoughts. Anyone that's following this storyline, obviously, anyone that watches Billy Moore's content, sick what he's done with his platform. I think it's great. Like, my man's, get me, he's been dropping almost on 500k subscribers, so you can see already. Doing sick numbers, 12 hours, 185k views. But anyway, make sure you like, comment, subscribe.